Let's go.
Real talk with Rhonda Knight.
That's it.
Real talk with Rhonda.
She gon' talk about it. 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 She gon' talk about it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Real Talk with Rhonda Knight. Didn't get to see you guys on Tuesday, but I am so happy I'm here to see you today. Thank you so much for always tuning in. Guys, don't forget, at some point, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe for me so that people know we got such great listeners like you out there that's supportive of a wonderful show that we just have fun on with, or we educate you on some really, really good stuff. Speaking of educating people, you're going to love my guest today. We're going to talk about success. That's our subject today, success, and how you can be successful in what you do business-wise. So I had to reach out to one of my really, really good friends who I know personally has been a success in everything that she puts her hands to. And I really want my viewers to know, how do you get to that point that whatever you put your hands to, you can be successful at. But first, let me say hi and introduce to you guys Lucretia Davis Daniel. Hey, Lucretia, how are you?
Hi, Rhonda. I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am good, girl. I'm over here doing fine.
Excellent.
Trying to stay warm with this weather we've been having.
Oh my gosh, isn't that the truth?
Yes. Well, Lucretia, listen, let's talk to our viewers a little bit about how we connected. Okay? So you want me to start or you want to start?
Go ahead and start, and then you can bring me into the mix here.
Okay, great. Well, now listen, folks. I used to be in the travel business back in the day, and I loved it. I love being in the travel industry. It's one of the most, I would say, financially successful industries you can get into. And so when I got into it before, I loved it so much. And then I ended up, some things happen in life as they do. And I ended up getting out of it for a moment, for a few years, as a matter of fact. Mm-hmm. But I told myself that's something I always wanted to get back into because, as you guys know, I love traveling. I know you watch my travel channel too. So I don't have a travel channel just because. It's because I really do love traveling. And so I connected with Lucretia with the organization I used to be with. And I was so happy because when they told me about her, when I talked to her, I'm like, I love you already. And guess what? I want you to take me under your wing, and I'm going everywhere you go, and I'm going to be right there with you. And I wasn't kidding. We actually traveled a lot, and we've done a lot of great things together. She's a wonderful inspiration to me and to so many people. So Lucretia, I'm going to throw it over to you, and you can kind of piggyback on how we got together.
Okay. So Rhonda, I remember that, and it seems like it was just a couple of months ago, but it's been over a year now, almost a year and a half. And I remember when we connected, you said, "Hey, I'm right here in the Metro Atlanta area up in Gwinnett." And I'm in Atlanta. We connect up, and I remember just your excitement and. You just kind of brought my level up, even though I've been in the travel industry since 2006. I came in on a part-time basis. I'll get into that in a minute. But I've been looking for, and I think I told you, I said, oh my gosh, I've been looking for excited folk who are excited about, number one, business, excited about travel, and excited about how you can marry the two together. Because truth be told, since I've gotten in this industry, I guess it was 2006. So what is that? 15 years ago?
Yes. So quickly.
I have made more money in this industry than I have made combined my whole career in all the other fields that I've done. And I've gone to the top of a couple of companies, but this has been just the blessing. And I really want to tell other people about it and how to position themselves in this, but you and I, when we connected up, you were ready to go. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at a superstar right here with Ms. Rhonda Knight, because we were just kicking off a promotion. And Rhonda came in and she hit the ground running and she said, let's do this, this, and this. I said, well, I am with you. I scraped off some things off my plate so that I could be available to go run with this young lady right here who hosts Real Talk, and she is the real deal. And we had such a good time we went some of everywhere.
Yes.
And you became one of my top gun. You know,
Yes. Real
yeah,
quickly.
real quickly, and you were one of my top 5 top gun, not just in my team but in the company. And
Wow.
I'm just really proud. I
Thank
went
you.
to your hometown, Michigan. We went to Charlotte to visit someone. Oh my goodness!
I know we're everywhere. We're everywhere this pandemic happened. Like,
Well, Houston. It was Houston at the time. Yeah, we went down to Houston. Rhonda, you had an opportunity to
Baltimore.
go around with me. Yeah,
Yes.
to meet the CEO and vice president of the company, because both of us earned that contest together.
Yeah.
We did that. Baltimore to our companies. That was about a year ago, because
I know. It's so true.
March 2nd was out is the company's at that time 5th anniversary. So we're coming up on the 6th anniversary in
Mhm.
a couple of weeks. So we've done some things in just a year and a little bit over a
Yeah.
year.
And
Yeah,
had so much fun. And
I
it's so crazy
know.
because everybody, let me tell you about Rhonda, because I am going to keep it real. When it's something I love and something I'm passionate about, I
Mhm.
give my all. And I share that with people I care about. And so I literally was telling everybody, hey, guess what? I'm back in the business, da da da. And
Yeah,
it's so
yeah.
much fun and it's so cool. And what happens? People get excited and they want to be a part of what you're doing too.
Mhm.
And my goal is to help them to be as successful as I am. So
Mhm.
that's the thing. When we don't want to be on this earth and be selfish. Why
Right,
not
right,
share
right,
what
right.
you have to make a difference for other people? And so that's something I'm very passionate about. And I love this young lady next to me. Oh, we got to point that way. When look,
Yeah,
I'm pointing the wrong way. Like this lady next to me, because she is a very passionate young lady as well, who cares about people, and she really has a big heart. And she is not afraid to share what she has, the wisdom she has, with others. So we talked about how we connected, but let's talk a little bit, Lucretia, about your background. I know you spoke a little bit about working for other companies and being at the top of your game with them. So share with my viewers just where you come from, your professional background.
Okay. Well, I'll just say this. I started my professional background. I started in a profession right out of college. I was born and raised in Columbia, South Carolina, but I've lived in Atlanta for over 30 years now. I went to school in South Carolina, and right after that, you know how we're all taught. Go to school, get a good job, and that's going to take you through whatever, whatever. Well, I found out real early on that I didn't like working for anybody else.
Tell me about it.
My personality. I had done some other things on the side, growing up in high school. I love kind of doing that. I was in kind of in retail and sales, and I said, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Well, I got my degree in actually in um, family and child development, and I got a certified additional certification in social work. Did that for a couple of years, and really it was my love of wanting to work and help people is why I went into that particular field. But I found that it wasn't really for me, so I went back and I got into business administration, more like marketing. And from
Mhm.
there, things just kind of took off from there. I had always wanted to own a home-based business. Even though I was working full-time over here, I was taught that, when you own a home-based business, there were so many benefits as far as taxes and, being at the time single and young and making money. I didn't
Mhm.
like taxes coming out and me paying it, and I didn't have any way to offset that. So when I learned about that, I remember telling my mom, I said, you know what? When I get my own apartment, which I was getting ready to move out of the dorm and move into a job right away, I'm going to have
Mhm.
at least 2 bedrooms, because one of them is going to be my home office. I said I'm going to be a home based business owner. I'm going to do this into existence. And throughout my whole career, I was looking for something where I could do full time and be
Mhm.
that based business owner, because I learned that business ownership was really where our legacy came from. It wasn't working for someone else. We had to make our own way. And I learned, way back in just growing up, that business ownership was just something you wanted to do. And I started doing other things other than the business other than working. I worked in corporate. I did really well there. But I said, I've got to find something where I can transfer all of my energies into doing something for myself. And that was always my goal in life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you. So, why is business ownership so important right now in this time of what we're going through?
Oh my gosh, it's always been important, but right now, what we're going through with the pandemic and companies are going out of business. They're closing down. They are laying people off. They're people right now are so, I guess, what we call income and money insecure.
There
Uh,
you go.
and folks are trying to find a way to create income for themselves. And
Mhm.
business ownership is one of the best ways. Find something that is, maybe a hot trend that you need to get into, something that folks need that you can provide. Um,
Good
uh,
advice. Good advice.
Yes. So, and folks are doing that. Every day I'm reading about someone who had a hobby and they turned that hobby into something big. Now that's happening with several folks, but
Mhm.
there's an opportunity out there, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But you want something that's a red hot trend. You want
Mhm.
to own a home-based business. Home-based business ownership right now is one of the biggest things, the best ways to position yourself to save on taxes. Uh,
Mhm.
you know, it can put anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000 to $7,000 back in your pocket from what's coming out. I tell folks it's always great to have that. I don't necessarily call it a plan B, but a
Mhm.
second stream of income, because you never know when that first stream is going to dry up. And I could tell you a quick story about me when I got started. At that time, I was actually working with a major bank, running a home loan center at a home loan center right here in Atlanta for a major bank. You guys know it. They got bought out. And when I got started, I was so busy, I almost said no to this opportunity. But something in my gut said, wait a minute. No, do this on the side, even if you just save, because at the time I was getting eaten alive in taxes. I didn't
Mhm.
this business. And I said, even if I just get it set up where I'm redirecting, $4, 5, $6,000 a year back into my household just from the home-based business ownership. And guys, it's not complicated to make that happen. I mean, and that's real talk. I just remember that one of my mentors said it's always good to set yourself up for wealth, and that's one of the best ways to do it. The second reason I said I could save. I
Mhm.
was thinking, I said, even if I just saved on a couple of vacations a year, it'll be worth it for me to get this. And it turned out to be a whole lot more, into the seven figures in no time.
Wow.
Yeah.
And yes, she said it's seven figures, guys, seven
Yeah, yeah.
figures. So here's the thing I want to talk about too is you cannot have fear. You cannot have fear because fear is going to hold you back. Now you're concerned about how you're going to keep things going, how you're going to make sure that you have that security, that financial security for you or for you and your family. But it takes also believing in what
Mhm.
you want to step into. Now, you don't want to just step into any kind of craziness, but you want to step into something that's going to make sense. And like she said, home-based businesses right now is the way to go because you can use so much of that as a tax write-off. So you're learning a different way to think. You're now having to think as an entrepreneur and think about how can I make sure I have something coming in to provide. And so, but fear, you cannot let fear step in a way. You have to step out on that faith. Now, if you don't know faith, or if you don't have faith, then step out on whatever principle you want to step out on. But for those that believe in faith and in God or whatever, trust Him in your endeavors, what you do, and take the advice that Lucretia has given you today because it's invaluable. And so we want to make sure that we can help our viewers. My whole thing is, sometimes I like to come on and just talk about fun subjects and have axilla or
Mhm.
whatever. Other times I like to come on and give you something, like I said, those golden nuggets, those nuggets that can help you to be the most successful you that's out there. So we're going to go ahead and finish listening to Lucretia, but I do want to let you know, those who are listening, please make sure you make a comment or ask a question. You can do that. I'll see that comment right away because we are live and we'll be able to answer any questions that you might have. All righty. So, Lucretia, go ahead and talk about what would you say to people who are just, they want to make a difference. They know that they're not sure what's going to happen with the job. I have a niece who works for the school system, but the school system is so up and down right now. And, there's been another child in her school that has COVID. And so now they closed another classroom. And so when things are like that are happening, or any job that you're on that you have to go out to, anything can happen nowadays, and you don't know when they may shut down that place or just close it for a while. But closing something for a while, for us that are regular people out here trying to make it, closing a place for a while and us not having that income coming in can really be detrimental to you and to your family and to your household. So now is the time, again, I'll say now is the time to think on other things. Like you heard Lucretia say, you have to have that other stream of income, so that if something does go down, you still already have something in place. Think advance, think ahead of where you are now. So I'll let you take it over. And what else would you like to add to that, Lucretia?
And Rhonda, that is so true. Yeah, let's go back to the fear part. The fear, you shouldn't fear moving ahead and getting into something that's going to create some income and potentially wealth for your family. The fear should be not having anything. Flapping out there. There's so many people who are sitting back and they've got their fingers crossed that they're going to get this stimulus coming in, and you can't wait on the government. Oh my goodness. Don't wait on that. Let me just say this. We have a legacy of making a way out of no way.
We do.
And sometimes we forget that. And a lot of times we haven't really passed that on to our children, like our parents and grandparents kind of passed on to us, because we lived through some times that they didn't. But, but some things are happening for such a time as this right now. And let me just, if you don't mind, let me just kind of go in and talk about what we have with our company.
Sure. I'd love for you to do that.
I'm directly with the company, and back in October, our CEO started talking about, he said, I thought that at the beginning of 2020, it was just going to be kind of short-lived, that all the things that got displaced. And, we are a company, Surge 365 is a marketing company, and we market 3 distinct, wonderful travel products that give people an opportunity to set up their own Expedia or Travelocity, so to speak, your own company. We also have a way where you can travel as an insider, where you can become a travel agent if you want to. Travel is coming back. And so we started talking about in the fall, what could we do? He said, I want to be the company of hope, because we're selling hope and opportunity. And so we came up with a way for folks to come in and get themselves set up for way less than $100 in this business.
Wait, you said less than $100?
$79.
Wow.
And our whole thing that we are pivoting, and this is going to roll out next week. As a matter of fact, I'm having a major call, a Super Sunday call, and have our CEO on. I'll give that number in just a minute to talk about how you can get yourself positioned. And the way the money is going to be made is that you are coming in, and we're going to help you empower yourselves. We're going to be the company. We're calling it Empower. So we're wanting to help people get set up in a business, a home-based business, which is a small business, which gives you an opportunity to be in the small business community. And small businesses power about 70% of the economy in our country. But we're not talking about $750. We're not talking about $7,000 or $70,000. We're talking $79 will get you in the position. And what comes along with that is...
let me say this, though, before you go further, and say what comes along with that. Because, first of all, did you guys hear her say $79? Where can you invest in yourself? Where can you invest in a business for that price? So you can't, there should be no excuses out there, because here's a way that you can come up with a little bit of money that you're investing into your own business opportunity to work from home and make income, but you don't have to put a lot out. And I love when she talks about the management team that we have, the people that are at the top, they're always thinking about you. They're thinking about us. They're thinking about you. They're thinking about that person that may want to come into business. And they're thinking what would work best for you, especially with what's going on now. So $79. Come on. All right, go ahead and finish. What does that give you?
And with the $79, it's not that you're getting $79 and you're just getting something. You're getting mentorship. With that $79, you're going to get set up. You're going to actually have a back office. We're going to have a training. There's going to be an opportunity for you to help build a network. And so when you're like building a network, that means that there are other folks that who would love to get themselves set up as well. And so what our company is doing, you come in for $79 and you bring in 7 people who come in at $79. Now they do have to go through the training. So we're calling it a $79 training fee.
Look at that phone ringing up hook, y'all. That's folks calling. Getting in that business, that better be you next.
And so let me just say this: $79. You find 7 folks who you're bringing in, and you're showing them how to do this, and everything is going to be push and play. We're getting everything set up from the time you come in. You don't have to do anything but push and play. We've got a whole system for you. You bring in 7 folks, and every 7 folks that you bring in at the $79, that's a part of your network that you're getting set up, is going to be a $500 bonus. And so that's a way. We said now, I'm not saying that we're paying you money for recruiting. We're paying you money for bringing folks in who go through the training. And it's 30-minute training. It's all in the back office. It's all automated. And we're showing you how to build that. Because what we're doing, Rhonda, is we're helping folks get their whole system set up so that when travel does come back, and it will be back, all the benefits of everything else that we have is in place. So how does that sound? Rhonda, if this was in place last year, you would have made a lot of money. Let me also tell you, there's other bonuses in place too. And we're going to train you on all of that. I just say it's time for us to own something. We don't typically own anything. And you know what? The handout that I want to put out is a handout for you to put yours in mine and come with me and let me show you how to do this. It's not going to be a handout where you're getting money from here that is a political thing where you've got to just depend on this or this.
Right. And that's gone in a flash.
Out of that mindset, because we come from, like I said, a legacy of not just making a way out of no way, but we come from a legacy of wealth builders.
That's true.
And let me just say this: one of the ways the wealth principles is business ownership. That's number one. Own a business.
Well, I do want to talk to you about the wealth principles in just a moment, but let's give people a number where they can call you. So what number can they reach you if they're interested in going into business and working from home and generating income for them and the people that they care about?
Okay, well, let me give you my number that you can call me or you can text me. It's an Atlanta number. It's 404 803 0405.
0405, correct?
Yeah, 404 803 0405.
All right.
And you see my name there, Lucretia Davis Daniel. You can also reach me on Facebook. You can messenger me, and just let me know who you are. And if you let me know that you found us out here on Real Talk, then I might have something special for you. Okay?
Ooh, yeah, I got that. I love it. You know I love giving away stuff free. So hey, she might have something special for you. Definitely make sure you call that number right now. Get in touch with Lucretia as soon as you can. And plus, maybe you're in a good position right now for you and your family. But we all have family members, unless you're super duper rich, you're born super duper rich, and your whole family's rich. Most of us here on Facebook or that's on YouTube or whatever, that's out here watching streams and social media and all this fun stuff, most of us are regular people. So let's say you're okay, but you've got kids that are grown up. So you've got brothers and sisters or cousins or friends that can use this information so that they can better themselves. Share that information with them. Don't forget, call that number now, 404-803-0405. Very easy number. Reach out to Lucretia so you can learn more about how to get involved, and not just learn more, but just jump in there. When I feel something is good, and when I listen to what I've told, and when you do that training, you're going to find out for yourself, wow, this is pretty good, and it's going to make you want to share it with other people. So call her number. Now, Lucretia, let's talk about the 4 wealth principles. What is that all about?
Okay, the 4 wealth principles. They're just principles out there that are just long-standing, where you're putting yourself in a position to build wealth for you and your family. You will never build wealth working for someone else. Never, ever, ever. No.
You'll build it for them, but not for you.
Yeah. You're building it for them. So the first wealth principle is to own a business ownership. And I just told you how you can actually own a business for $79 getting in. Oh, and is there a monthly? Yeah, it's just $19.95 a month. Now, there are
$120. Wow.
Own a business. And let me tell you this, right now, the Small Business Administration, they are looking for ways to help small businesses with the Paycheck Protection Program, with the economic injury, and their loans that are at 3%, something like that. And
low, I know. Yes.
Just getting yourself set up in a business, you are an independent contractor or whatever it is, you don't need a lot of money. And I'm going to show you how you can do that. And we're going to take everything that you don't know and teach you. And so we have a mentoring program going on. The second wealth principle is to get into something that's going to build residual income. You do it one time and you get paid for it over and over and over again. Does that make sense?
It makes great sense.
Okay. Folks ask, well, what is residual income? Well, what do you mean? You see, once you build something and you start showing other folks how to do it yourself, how to build a network, and when you do a network, the company is going to pay you. It didn't come out of their money. Company's going to pay you for helping to build that network. Rhonda, it is amazing how residual income works. You do it one time and you get paid for it over and over and over again. You think about singers. You think about, let's just say, who comes to mind? Michael Jackson. I think he's worth, he has, because of the residuals, he's probably worth more now than he was when he was alive. You think about, look at Aretha Franklin. That's a recent person that left here, and she has a whole library of work. Whitney, all of those folks, they're, residual. Do it one time, and you keep getting paid for it over and over. It builds. We need to do something like that. You want to get into number 3, a red hot industry. And is travel a red hot industry, Rhonda?
Oh, yes. It is.
Yeah, right now, people aren't traveling, but you get yourself set up for when it's going to open again. And you're going to be in a position for when that dam breaks, man, you are going to be in a position to just ride that wave all the way to the top.
Woohoo! That is so true. And listen, let me tell you, I have a lot of friends that love traveling, like me. But let me tell you, everybody is waiting for when we can just get back out there and go to all the wonderful, beautiful places. Because again, that is an industry, even though it's a hold on it right now, somewhat, because there are still people doing a little traveling. But when the doors open, like she said, that whole wave, it's going to be amazing. So you're positioning yourself to be ready, doing things so you have income coming in now, so that you can position yourself even more so when that time comes that travel is back at the place where we like it to be, where we can go when we want to go safely and enjoy ourselves.
Absolutely. Well, let me just say this past weekend, people are still traveling. They're traveling big time. I had 4 couples who actually booked for me, or I helped book them into South Beach, South Florida. And they wanted 5-star accommodation. And
Oh
I
yeah.
want to get a discount because of what we have set up. And two of them are interested in coming into the business with me because they travel all the time. And let me just
Mhm.
talk about this. You know, when you have something like this, when you set yourself up as a business owner, when you have residual income coming in, when you have that red hot industry that you have in a business, and another thing, as a home-based business, which is one of the biggest ones, you're putting yourself in a position also, number four, and to offset your taxes. I think taxes is one of the biggest things that come out of people's checks, and they have,
Mhm.
unless you own a business, there's no way to get that money back legitimately. And you want
Mhm.
to be able to legitimately do that, get it back. Um, Home-based business owners, or small business owners, and especially home-based business owners, because this would be a home-based business, you're able to write off a portion of your home. Wherever you do your work, you're able to write that off, a portion
Mhm.
of your electricity, a portion of your cable.
True. Internet, all of it.
You know, that number I just gave you, that's the number to this phone. 100% right off. Can you believe that? Your mileage, a portion of your car, a portion of, I mean, there's 455 tax deductions that Uncle Sam wants you to have. And we help walk you through all that. You're not by yourself. Um, I want to just say this, and I you probably have a question, but while we're talking about ownership and business ownership, um, folks right now are looking at how they're going to survive. They're not really a lot of times looking at setting up for the future, but owning a business and putting and getting the second stream of income is a way of creating financial security for your for you and your family. How else are you going to do it? You know, you can't just roll the dice and think that, oh, I'm going to get a hit record. Oh, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. You need to take one step at a time. When
Mhm.
a conversation with some of our directors, one of the guys, he's in finances, and he said this. He said, "How if you had $1 million? What if you had $1 million? And now, if you had $1 million put aside in the bank, or in some place where it was giving you dividends, you wouldn't spend the principal. You would live off of the dividends coming off of that. Okay?"
Mhm.
He said, "Listen." He said, "Think about this: $1 million. You're going to get maybe what, 5%? What's 5% of $1 million a year? That's what, about
Mhm.
$50,000, and that's just sitting on the side. That's not whatever else you're working on." Okay, and then we started looking at what we have here at our company, and I just want you to think about it. He said, "That's about $50,000." He said, "That what you would get here. You could build yourself $1 million asset here by becoming a second level director." I did that in a year. And what we're
Mhm.
looking for right now is I'm looking for folks who I can work with and help mentor to a director in the next
Mhm.
6 months, 9 months, a year. And I'm telling you, we can do it, especially with us putting the price at $79. Our CEO, Scott Tomer, he's a visionary. And Scott said, "I want to be the company hope." And
Mhm.
there's several of us who said, "We're in with you because right now is the time to do this." And I'm so excited about what is getting ready to happen in the next probably less than a week. And I'm telling you, give me a call. Call me. You can text me. Matter of fact, when you call, go ahead and text and say this is so and so, because I've got my phone set up where it may go straight to voicemail or to trash whatever mail. But text me and let me know who you are, and I'll give you priority in what we're doing. And Rhonda, I know we're going to be talking about this, and I'll have something set up when we do the conference. And I'm so excited.
I know, and you guys out there should be excited too. It
Mhm.
is amazing. I hope you're really, really taking this in, guys, because again, it's something that's going to better you or your family or someone you
Mhm.
love or someone you
Mhm.
know. So
Mhm.
make sure you also share this video on your page or on your social media, all the forms of your social media, because again, it's all about us reaching out to make a difference and helping other people. So pass the information to people who can be blessed by hearing what Lucretia is sharing today. And make sure you call that number so you can be blessed and learn more about what she's speaking on. Because come on, an investment of as little as $79 That's a small investment to get into your training, to get all this knowledge, how to be more successful, to reach out and build you a network of people that's doing the same thing you're doing. You know, we talk about networking all the time. And of course, in the things that I do, I network with people all the time. So why not network with people that while making money, and then help them network with you while they make money? Let's help each other up. And this is a great way you can do that.
Exactly. This is an empowerment program where we're helping to empower you. That $79 is pretty much a training fee when you're coming in. You know, there are other things, you know, that you can get yourself involved in. And Rhonda, I know last year we got cut off by COVID because we were supposed to do that. No, we have partnerships with all of the major suppliers out there. This is an opportunity for you to, you know, we're not thinking about travel right now. That's going to come back. But what we're talking about is helping you get set up for wealth building. And now's the time. Now is the time. Now's the time. And to put some money in your pocket right away. Right away. I want to show you how to do this. I really.
And that's true. I forgot. Listen, don't you remember she talked about that $500 bonus? Come on, a couple of $500 bonuses here and there. And it sounds super easy, and it is super easy.
It really
is. Get to that point of getting your bonuses really quickly. So listen to Lucretia. Get involved. Call the number 404-803-0405. And also text her, like she said. That's one way that she can make sure she gets your information. And don't forget to tell her you heard about this on Real Talk with Rhonda Knight. Now, Lucretia also is an author. You guys might have saw her on the Impact and Influence Author Show, which airs Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, as well as on YouTube and Twitter. Well, I kind of send it over Twitter after I'm live, and of course my Instagram as well. But and then Real Talk is always Tuesdays and Thursdays, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But Lucretia was one of my guests on there because she wrote a book called, she was one of the writers. She collaborated with a group of wonderful women who wrote a book called Bringing Your A Game. And then she also has some other material she wrote about. And tell us a little bit about the journal that you have as well.
Okay, it's called the seven ups to success. And it's a guide to winning in life. And there's 7 ups that I talk about in here where actually it started out about, 2009. What is that? About 8. I mean, no, that's more than 8. That's 12 years ago. It started out as a series, a training series that I was doing and training on in different groups. And I said, I'll come up with the 7 ups to success, because up is a small word, but it has such a huge meaning. And I remember Les Brown saying that even if you fall down, if you can look up, you can get up. And I said, the 7 ups to success. Now, the guide to winning in life, this talks about, I'll just give you the first up. And the first up is wake up. And wake up doesn't mean you're going down, you're sleeping, and you open your eyes and you wake up, get up. It means you're waking up to a new way of thinking. And that's always constant. It's almost like time. You know, it doesn't stand still. Wake up means that you are constantly looking for a way to step up. And that really ties into bringing your A game, bringing your A game. The book, I was invited. This was last year. Ladies that I'm in a association with, was putting this together, and they said, Lucretia, we would like for you to be one of the contributing authors. And I said, oh my gosh. And Rhonda, this was really right before you and I met, and we went to the Top Gun thing. So I was doing that and writing this. And like, oh my God, but I write a lot in here, in bringing your A game, and you'll see that. I'm a contributing author to that, but it was such an honor for me to be asked to be in there and to be another published author, because I'm in another collaboration book that came out in the early 2000s. So I've been doing this and kind of contributing for a while. But
what does that say about you?
Success, and it is a journal. And so not only was it a training where I had taped it And so, and along with it came a journal. And the journal is for you. It's for my listeners. It's for the folks that I work with, for me to say, hey, I've got a journal, and this journal is going to be your guide. It's your guide, and you can keep up with some things. And I ask you some questions on each one of the ups. And I'm excited to bring this out to you all. And like I said, it was just a journal that I would hand out when I was doing the training, or a journal that went along with the recording. But I want to put it in book form, and it's going to go out in book form, and it's going to go out. And I'm looking for Rhonda, you to work with me to get this out very, very soon, because
we are. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to having it.
The work is here. I just got to get it to you. I've got the company, I've got everything. I've just got to get it over to a publisher for it to be.
And Lady Knight Enterprises Publishing, we got you, because I know how invaluable that is. And now this is a piece that you did yourself. And speaking of publishing, guys, I have a publishing company. So if you're interested in publishing, Lucretia's getting ready to take her book through us. Or you can go to LadyKnightEnterprisesPublishing.com for all your publishing needs. My commercial. And it's affordable. We want to make sure we can give you some affordable publishing too. So call us about that, because we do have some payment plans in place too. Now, Lucretia, speaking of which, let me make this comment too. You heard that she was asked to be a part of 2 amazing books. And these are books that are written by people who have been very, very successful. Why did they reach out to Lucretia this side? Look, when I point, it's so weird because it's the opposite. Why did I reach out? Why did they reach out to Lucretia? Isn't that weird? But they reached out to her because of her work ethics, because of how well she has succeeded in everything that she sets her hands to. So when I say you're going to be working with someone that is very knowledgeable, someone that can take you by the hand. You heard her, you saw her reach out her hand to you to say, all right, we got music too. But you saw her reach out to say, take her hand and let her guide you as you walk into this road of success of being, you're working from home and working for yourself. So take her advice. There's a reason they asked her to be in those books. And her book is going to be coming out soon, probably around some point this year. That journal that the 7 Ups to Success that she just told you about. I'm definitely going to, not only are we going to publish it, but I'm going to pay for me a copy too, because I believe in planting a seed into people who have great books and they're doing great things. So Lucretia is also going to be one of our featured authors, and she will be with us at the 2021 Impact and Influence Authors Conference held this March 26th through the 28th at the beautiful Embassy Suites Hotel right in Gwinnett. That's in Duluth, Georgia. And it is going to be an amazing time. You will actually have an opportunity to meet with Lucretia, talk with her, and hear her speak in a 30-minute session that she'll be doing during the conference. So come and, guess what? It's free. It's free to attend. So come on out, enjoy what you can from these wonderful authors. There's 14 featured authors. Of course, like I said, Lucretia is one of those authors that is featured. We'd love to see you there. We also have VIP for those who'd like to have those front row seats and get all the fine gifts that comes along with VIP. And that's only $50, guys, only $50 for the whole weekend. So amazing prices. We always want to make this conference as affordable as we can for those coming out, so that you can invest into these wonderful authors that's going to be there. Because I say, don't come empty-handed now. Come with something so that you can pick up some of these wonderful books so that you can get this knowledge. The Impact and Influence Authors Conference is all about impacting and influencing lives for positive change. That's what I try to do on Real Talk with Rhonda Knight. Anyone that knows me or that follows me, that my heart is about making a difference for people. So be a part of this wonderful experience. Let it take you to a whole another level in life. So it's going to be wonderful. Make sure you get that information. Now you can go to our website. When you go to LadyKnightEnterprisesPublishing.com, there's information about the conference right there. So it's really simple, very easy to navigate. So make sure you go there. Okay. Now, Lucretia, we're about to wrap up. Let me ask you,
Okay.
any parting words that you may have before we close?
Wow. Rhonda, this has been so wonderful, and I'm so excited about your real talk. And thank you for having me on. And ladies and gentlemen, yeah, those of you who are out there, we're going to put this out, and we're going to, hopefully people will hear, and I will hear from some of you. Maybe you'll get back with Rhonda, and Rhonda, you can pass that on to me, and
Definitely.
you and I'll have an opportunity to work and do some things together around this anyway. But I just want to say this, guys, just. I think right now, put yourself in a position of power, and we're here to help empower you. And and just remember the wealth principles. Remember those wealth principles. And I want to help you get set up and have $1 million asset. And it doesn't take a whole lot to do that. Where you have money residually coming in, that would be almost like having $1 million in the bank, but you've got the asset. And and don't prejudge. Don't prejudge of what you think is going to be or how it's going to work. Let's just do this. Nothing moves until you do.
Wake up.
Now the move, wake up. The ball is in your court. Okay. And let's go ahead and get you set up. I can't wait to do it. And Rhonda, thank you so much. I can't wait to get set back up with you as well.
Awesome. Hey.
Again, and
it's happening.
It's going to be amazing. So
yes,
thank you for having me on. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you, Lucretia, and thanks for being here. And guys, thank you for being here too as our viewers. Don't forget, spread the word and follow, like, and subscribe for my channel. And I love you guys, and we're out. See you next Tuesday.
Real talk with Rhonda Knight. Real talk with Rhonda Knight.
Let's go.
Real talk with Rhonda Knight.
That's it.